Future of enterprise AI is human. And to present on this topic, I would like to call on stage with a big round of applause, Mr. Parteek Singh, Head of Sales Engineering from Uniphore. A big round of applause to Mr. Singh from Uniphore on the subject of the future of enterprise AI is human. Mr. Singh, all over to you.
Thank you. All right, good afternoon. I still see a lot of people are still having lunch. I'm hoping the lunch was really good. That's why people are taking more time, but I'm glad to be here. My name is Parteek. I'm going to talk about today about the enterprise AI, but before I get there, I actually want to sort of take you all back to my timeline in 2004. So I'm taking you almost 2 decades back. So that was a time, for the first time in my life, I took a side project to explore what AI is really about. I wrote my first speech program at that point of time. I never called it AI at that time because the moment I said AI to my colleagues, to my family members, they wouldn't understand like what AI is all about, right? So I started calling it like a human-machine collaboration, correct? So I had to come out with new words, new terminologies. Then the time was in like 2008. I was picked up by one of the leading AI companies, and the idea really was to democratize AI in the Indian market. So when I joined this company, again, the same colleagues, my relatives and my friend circle would come and say, it's a good place to be in, but there's no future. You don't get a job anywhere else in the world if you pick up this field. This was 2008. We are now in 2023, and we have already seen the revolution the AI has already brought in, the jobs it has created, the impact it has already brought into our industries. For today, I'm not going to talk about myself, but focus on enterprise AI. That's what we are here for. And let's see like what AI has to offer and is playing a very pivotal and a critical role in the field of enterprise. Now, if you see the latest trends, what's happening in the market, right? In 2000, I'm again taking you back, it was a time when internet came into existence. That was a time. 10 years later, 2010, is where the websites came into existence, where we started all logging in, the speeds were good, UI was good, and we all started doing self-service over there. Then came the smartphones, the mobile applications, and you would sort of agree with this point, which they're right on the top. Today, we all prefer self-service as a first factor for us to help ourselves, right? We don't want to go to the agent. We first want to do if we can get self-served and get our queries answered. That's what is happening, right? 2000, internet came in. 2010, self-service apparently took a boom. AI became very predominant if you start thinking of like-to-like comparison from 2010, 2015 onwards. And now sitting at 2023, I can tell you the journey has just begun. We're going to see a lot of these tremendous applications that are going to come in around AI, and that's going to be the next big thing. But having said that, while self-service is going to play a very critical and a pivotal role here, agents and the human touch is not going to go away, right? Even if you see today, I may go to my banking website to do some of my account-related transactions and probably some of the queries that I may have, like let's say how much fixed deposit interest are there, or how can I encash some of my amount from one investment to another. I may want to do all that on the website today. But again, as I said, the human touch is not going to go away. But at the same point of time, we also know when we talk about the agents and the service advisors, there's a very big problem. The agent attrition is still there. It's been there from last 20 years. It's going to be there. The challenge also is, if you think of, you're no more calling to a contact center for simple questions and queries, not anymore. You may be doing that 5 years, 10 years back, but now of late, if you are calling in, mostly it's going to be an escalation call, or it's a complaint. Otherwise, you're not going to call any contact center. I'm pretty sure about it. But at the same moment, if you think of, right, more the questions are becoming more complex, the interactions are becoming more complex, it's also putting more load on the agents. Moment it's a complex conversations, many agents, basically they will move from one contact center, they will move to another. It's a constant behavior we've been seeing in the industry. And the numbers, you will be astonished. In some of the BPOs and contact centers, we've seen it's a 58% attrition. Agents, 20% of the agents would leave within first 3 months. They wouldn't even continue for the 4th month. So how do you mitigate the service impact it's having in terms of the training that you were providing, and how do you mitigate? And if you want to offer a great customer experience, this also becomes a very critical subject to address upon. While the self-service we always talk about, absolutely critical, but who's thinking about the agents and bringing in the employee experience that's actually needed over there. The survey that we sort of did along with the third party, it actually came out when we were asking agents in terms of, what do you think about AI? Is it going to replace your job? The majority of the feedback came in, if it can help me to do some of my tasks, which I've been doing repeatedly on every call. Just imagine an agent every day logs in, probably is taking 70 calls to 100 calls in a day, repeatedly, one after another, one after another. Pretty much you can expect, right? They're going to get fatigued. So the way they think is, if AI can come and do a lot of these tasks which they've been doing manually and help them do their job better, they would want to adopt AI. This is not us speaking. This is a third party, a lot of research, a lot of survey that was taken, but this is what the industry trends are all about. Now, let's get into, this is what the industry was, but what's the problem, right? Why we keep all talking about, yes, AI can do this, AI can do wonders, but why we haven't sort of seen everyone joining the bandwagon in terms of, like, let's just go and adopt AI. Obviously, there are challenges. The challenges exist, and these are like multiple challenges. One, it's always, evolutionary. New things are going to happen. I may talk certain things now. 6 months later, something else is going to come up. We all know. We be all hearing ChatGPT, and we all get fancied, and then we start thinking, how is it going to come and help me out, right? There are a lot of these questions which are there. But how do you bring the framework? How can you make sure the AI understands my part of the world, my ecosystem? Take a small example. Every time you go into, let's say, a restaurant, you are having a conversation, or you go and buy a cloth from any brand, you're having a conversation like, this is my preference, this is my color of, of my preference. We go to a restaurant, you may give certain instructions to the chef over there, probably put lesser salt over there, or maybe prepare the dish in a certain way. It's a conversation. It's the data you should think of. But do you think we are doing enough from an AI standpoint, like these restaurants or smaller enterprises which are there? Are we leveraging AI? Absolutely not. Today, we are not. But that's the ultimate vision, right? So the data exists. And the challenge really is, how do you bring in the small, medium, and large-scale enterprise to bring their own data and get onto the AI platform? Today, it's a very big challenge. And that is where Uniphore sort of comes in. To quickly introduce what we really do, we started from an Indian ecosystem. It's an Indian startup born out of IIT Research Park, now based in Palo Alto. Today, we have a presence in 20+ countries, 900+ employees. And as you can imagine, given the field that we are in, almost 50% + employees that we have are actually working on the core data science, AI, and the technology platform in terms of making it more enterprise ready so that it can be adopted by the masses, right? We just don't want to focus on like the top enterprises. We want to focus across the chain in terms of making it accessible for everyone. But very focusedly, while AI is multifaceted, a lot of these things can be done on AI. I'm just going to focus on what, as Uniphore, the streams of AI that we focus upon today and how this helps our enterprise customers. So there are 4 key domains. The first is a conversational AI. The conversational AI is all about human and machines getting to talk to each other. That's a conversation. That's where the AI comes in, right? So that's basically is an essential to engage into any sort of a conversation, be it a text, be it voice, but that's a very essential in terms of if someone is talking to me, can I really understand what is being spoken? Can I deconstruct those words and create an interpretation? And then I need to respond back. Now, for me to respond back, the second stream of AI becomes very critical. That's a knowledge AI. How do I bring in the right response to the customer question that has been asked? Now, if everything is static, let's say pre-fed, it's not a great customer experience because then I will think it's very robotic. Like I asked a question, it's giving me a standard response. It's not even understanding what I'm really talking about. But what again is going to be a game changer, this knowledge AI that we are working on goes and sits on your knowledge bases. It can be a repository which is already there on a website, like an all FAQs and everything is just there. Now, if I ask a question, which is very specifically to me, let's say I go and ask a bot, can you suggest me a credit card based on my usage? Now, do you really think like the bigger models like ChatGPT can answer that? Absolutely not. So what you need for that is a system, an AI system, which can also work on fine data which is available in your ecosystem in terms of on the customer level, the large repositories which are available, which is on the information level, combine it together to prepare a response and give it back to the customer. Now, the third, again, very important part of AI to make it more human is the emotion, right? Conversation, knowledge, but emotion, very critical. If I'm calling into a contact center, absolutely frustrated, my tonality clearly states, I'm not a happy customer. How do you want to treat that call? Right? That's where the tonality comes in. We see a lot of video conversations happening. If my facial gesture is in a way which says, gives a depiction like I may not be happy, right? So tonal is one, facial, another great form of communication if it's a video. You would want to understand the facial expression and see if someone is interested, not interested, happy, not happy. A lot of these insights can be brought in over there. And then the choice of words. So all these three streams becomes absolutely critical, right? We've been talking about AI, but how will it go to the next level and become more human? So emotion plays a very, very critical role. And these three streams of AI is where today we are focusing on, and then packaging it as part of the platform so that it can be accessed by all the enterprises, right? The fourth stream, not AI, but it's on automation. The automation is, for example, if I have given a task to a machine, can it automate? If I've requested, for example, let's say by calling into my service provider, or if I asked the phone banking officer, can you send a person to my home to collect a check? So there is a task that has been instructed. Can I automate it? Can I go to the backend systems, create a task, create a ticket, and make sure it gets automated? The service advisor goes and fulfills the request. So that is where the automation comes in, which is towards more on the back office. So that is what we do from Uniphore. And quickly, what I'm going to show is Uniphore in action, what we've been doing with various enterprises. So it's an entertaining video. Please go ahead and watch it. All right. I know there was a lot to take away, but if I were to summarize what you just saw, I know a lot of these things were there, and I'm a techie at heart, right? So I'm always going to leave something which is more technical, but something for you to take away is basically the platform that we are bringing in, right? So as I said, it's an enterprise AI. It's an enterprise-friendly platform. A lot of these things that we do today, right? So today, starting from the origination of a conversation, or be it on a voice, chat, video, email, we can take in all. We bring in the conversational AI, knowledge, tonal, behavioral, we spoke about it, and then the back office automation. And what it gives as end results is, to agents, we can give them a real-time guidance when they're taking those calls. I spoke in the beginning, the conversations are getting more complex. So how do we make sure that every agent on the floor is your best agent, so that you don't need to start rating, this is my low-performing agent, high-performing agent. Every agent has to be on a same level if you want to give a great customer experience back to your callers. So the real-time guidance to the agent becomes absolutely critical. So while they're talking to the customer, we listen to the conversation, we keep guiding agents as a co-pilot solution. We bring in the intelligent automation, enhance the existing self-service, bringing the conversational AI over there so that it doesn't become static. You can actually do more with less. That's where the automation comes in. And the insights, super, super critical. We're working with the enterprise which are getting maybe 10,000 calls a day to almost 1 million calls in a day. Humanly impossible to see what's really happening on each and every call that's coming into your contact center. Emails coming in, chats coming in. How do you monitor? You want to build insights in terms of what is that insights I can drive for my business? What is that I can drive insights for my CSAT or NPS, which is a voice of customer? How can I make my agents look even more better? Contact center operations can be made better. Everything is part of this platform. And to top it all, what we have also done with our years of experience today, we have built the industry solution packs. So what it means is, a lot of these use cases that we have learned from different industries like commerce, travel, hospitality, banking, telecom, 60% is an upfront automation that you bring on day one. Because these use cases that we keep seeing and we keep evolving with the help of AI, it's already there, it's already packaged. 40%, yes, it has to work, adapt in your environment, but a lot of these things are already there, pre-built, pre-baked. And from the business benefits, the way we sort of bring in it is, as I talked about, different products that we have that we built on top of the platform. So if it is a self-serve, we bring in U-Self-Serve, that's the name of the product. If it's an agent assistance, that's something we want to focus upon, then it's U-Assist. If we want to do the data insights and analytics based on all the conversations coming in, it's U-Analyze. And if we want to record the conversations as well, like be it all the calls coming in or any data that's coming in that needs to be recorded for compliance or even like the call recorder, that's all part of the U-Capture product that we got. And what it results, as I spoke about earlier, is this. And these are the actual business outcomes that we have seen that had been driven. The AI has been able to bring that impact, which is 20% increase in CSAT and NPS. Obviously, the self-service rates are going high, but end results for every customer is, am I giving a great customer experience so that my brand resonation is good? I'd see a lesser attrition, right? More CSAT is a direct correlation. 30% reduction in the operational cost. And the most important, reduction in the agent onboarding time. We have reduced the agent onboarding time. Let's say if it was 4 weeks, that has come down to 2 weeks because AI is already there to help agent to guide them during the call. If it was 3 months for a complex process, that came down to 6 weeks. So that is where we are bringing and enabling solutions and AI to sort of come in and help both on the customer as well as on the agent side. So that's it. So I'll end up over here. If there are any questions, we are out there. Feel free to engage with us. It was great interacting with you. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you so much, Parteek. Parteek, I would still request you to be on stage. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Parteek Singh, Head of Sales Engineering from Uniphore on the future of enterprise AI is human. Now, we still have time, so I would request if the audience has a question for Parteek, please do raise your hands and we will take the questions and Parteek will be more than happy to answer them. So do we have a question from the audience?
Like the presentation was good, I was on the point.
Absolutely. Also, ladies and gentlemen, would like to tell you that the entire team of Uniphore, including Parteek and his team members are there, not just throughout the day today, but also right from the beginning tomorrow till the end of the award ceremony. So please reach out to them for any kind of questions. They have a beautiful stall outside. Please reach out to them and reach out to his team for more insights on their valuable offerings for the industry. And now I would like to call on stage Mr. Harkaran Shetty, General Manager from Radisson Blu Mumbai International Airport, to felicitate Parteek. Parteek, if you could also be on the stage. And thank you so much, Harkaran ji, for doing the honors. Thank you so much, Parteek, for enriching us with that wonderful session on the future of enterprise AI is human.